So we are camping in the Big Oak RV park in Tallahassee, Florida. And it's real nice. I'll get some video. I'll do a separate video later on this RV park. It's real nice. But sorry about all the cars. But one of the main reasons I picked that is because of this cemetery across the street. Yeah. My grandparents are buried. And I wanted to be close to them. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to be this close to them. And every day we've been here, I walk across the street here to go visit them. So I just think it's cool. I'm like less than 200 yards away from them. Hurry up across the street here. But yeah, so I've come over here every morning so far and visit them. And I'll do it tonight. I've been really wanting to kind of come over here and visit them at night. I know you're not really supposed to do that, but I just thought it'd be kind of cool. Come over here and spend some time with them in the quiet at night. And I haven't done that yet, but I plan to. Again, I know you're not supposed to be in cemeteries after sunset, but hopefully nobody takes too good a notice of that. But anyway, I'm gonna do a video, one of these videos where I walk around and read headstones and stuff. So this is really interesting cemetery. It's got some pretty unique things about it that I'll point out. But anyway, I'll turn you around, let you see it. Now again, we're just on the other side of that, trying to keep it focused. That building right there, I'm probably about 50 feet, 100 feet from that building. On the other side of it is where we're camping. And then my grandparents are right here by this tree. Ray Frank Garner and Mary Frances Garner. And these real important people to me. They probably part of the reason I am who I am today. Granddaddy was probably more like a father figure than a grandfather. So this is probably the closest people to me that has passed away. Anyway, so this is sacred ground to me. Like I said, the last few nights I've been that close to them. So anyway, that's them. We'll spend a couple minutes here with them, then I'm gonna walk you around and show you some of the real cool things about this cemetery. So the name of this cemetery is the Tallahassee Memorial Gardens. I believe I have that right. I will correct that if it's not right. But I'm gonna start out over here with this statue of Jesus right here by the American flag. It's pretty awesome. Isn't that amazing? This is probably gonna be my thumbnail right here. Jesus with the American flag right over him. That's awesome. In memory of all veterans who faithfully served in the armed forces of the United States of America. Like I said, my grandparents are right over there. right there, close to that tree. And I was talking to my uncle yesterday, and he was telling me that when my grandfather passed away, I guess they had paid the top tier so they could be buried in any one of the sections here. A lot of people purchase plots in specific sections, but the way they paid for theirs, they could go in any plot or any section. And when they were picking it out, my uncle remembered that my granddad said he wanted to be close enough to the road to hear the trucks, and he is. You can definitely hear the trucks going by, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, we'll get on. See security, looks like of some sort back there riding through. It's a really nice place. The memorial gardens, all cemeteries I think that say memorial gardens are the ones that have the flat markers. I personally like the cemeteries that have the real ornate headstones. But this is pretty, and I'm sure it's easier to maintain, and it is obviously it's well maintained. And this section I think is called the Apostles, and they got some statues of the apostles here. Let's see what we got here. John. It's like Mark. Luke. And Matthew. It looks like they got some cremation plots inside there. Graves, Troy and Florine. Parrish, Don and Lynette. Looks like Lynette's still with us. Scarberry, LS and Doris. Darling daughter, Rosemarie Scarberry and Jaslyn MS Scarberry. See, that one's 1959 and 1960, so that's a baby. 2002 to 2002, that's a baby. March to May. Fred Noblin, U.S. Army, World War I, February 7th, 1896 and November 22nd, 1974. Rosie M. Noblin. Mott. I like these ones that's got the vase that can come up. You put the flowers in like this. You can turn that, it'll sink down like that one right there. I believe that's the way it works. It kind of locks in there. This is cool. That's a cool head marker. Adria Daniel Oatley, 1981 to 2024. That's a pretty marker. It looks like this. Horace Holloway. Here's his veteran marker. World War I. Like an open Bible. Statue here. Psalms 23. These oak trees are so pretty. Such a Such a well-kept, nice cemetery. Legend marker, Leroy Jarditsky. A2C, I'm not sure what that rank is, U.S. Air Force, 1936 to 2006. Bobby R. Strickland, U.S. Navy. Beloved husband, father, and grandfather. Virginia C. Strickland. How pretty this is. With these trees and the Spanish moss hanging from the trees. Another military marker here. Nance A. Womble. Hope I didn't mess that up. U.S. Army, World War II, 1917 to 1994. James R. Wilkinson, Master Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, World War II, May 1921 to November 2002. Semper Fi, beloved husband and father. And his wife, Patricia. Somebody put a picture here. It's old pictures. You can't really see much. U.S. Navy, 1933, 2017. And they got a mausoleum. It's real pretty back here. Oh, here's a bigger stone. Let's see what's on this one. Cowboy, Donald Matt Myers, Tech Sergeant, United States Air Force, Vietnam, 1930 to 1995. Our precious memories of you will live on in our hearts forever. Sumter, Donald K. and Laverne. This is something I want to be in, something like this. Where they just slide the casket inside there. That's what I want to be. I want to be above ground. Maybe something more like this, where it's side by side. Where me and Carrie will both be in there. Maybe have a picture of us on there somehow. Yeah, that's kind of my plan. Something like that, actually. I like that. Here's the mausoleum. These are the cremation nooks. I don't know what those things are called. Calling it a nook, cremation nook. I'm sure there's another name for it. And these are full spots where they got the caskets inside. It's really cool. I always wonder what something like this will look like in 1,000 years. Like, you know, I've seen videos of mausoleums that are in real bad disrepair. And, you know, this place will be kept up for a long time, I'm sure. But, you know. Martha M. Magnan. Lewis and Arlene, there's 2 people in there. Looks like maybe 4 in there. No, that's 2. It's 2. One of the things that I came through yesterday and look, this is a pet cemetery here in the back. I've never seen this in a real big established cemetery like this. Precious pets. Isn't that cool? Look at there. Buster. 2006 to 2022. I've never seen anything like that. Not in a big cemetery like this. So I'll do a separate video on this pet cemetery. Yeah, but anyway, I just think it's pretty cool. And over here is a pretty unique thing too. I came by here yesterday and read it, and it kind of brought tears to my eyes. It's a boys' home that was in Marietta, Florida, where 98 children died while there, and some were buried on the premises, I believe. Some without their parents even being notified until after the burial, and then they weren't given access to the burial. And they've gone back and exhumed all the bodies and identified a bunch of them. All the ones here, I think it's about 40 of them, are unknown, that was exhumed. And they're all placed here in this plaque. If you want to pause, read it. I'll do a separate video and I'll read the plaque. But pretty cool that somebody has went through the trouble of doing all this for these children. I think it was 98 children and 2 staff members died there. Here he rests, unknown but not forgotten. Very pretty cool. I'll do a separate video on this. I'll read the whole plaque. It's kind of different. This is one of the only ones I see with an actual head marker above ground like that. Washburn, Oscar, and Marion. 1924 to 2004, 1925 to 2004. Bryant, Samuel, and Lissy. Master Sergeant United States Air Force, 1927 to 2009. Together again, John Wilson Bunn II, or John Wilson Bunn IV, John Wilson Bunn III, and Antonio Zaco Bunn, who's still with us. Slaughter, Randolph, and Brenda. Peace. Now, I have an uncle just buried in here. Let me see if I can find him. I think he's in this section. Let me look around. And there's a section right over here. Not sure exactly what it means, but it's obviously children that passed away in this one section here. And some little angels. And so I don't know all the significance of this. I'll look it up and try to see, and I'll do a separate video on it as well. But yeah, I think it's pretty unique, I think. If anybody knows what little angels means, let me know. So that's the Tallahassee Memorial Gardens. Like I said, I got some family here, grandparents and an uncle. And I've got other aunts and uncles that have plots here. So anyway, it's a pretty sacred place to me. Anyway, pretty cool cemetery. Yeah, just pretty unique things. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And remember, not all those who wander are lost. Thanks for watching.